So for equation part we have what? Only the relation is, take the general point px comma y and take the two focus f1 and f2 with coordinates c comma 0 and minus c comma 0. Now we have the relation as what? The distance. The difference of the distance is constant. So we will use the same relation. So we have pf1 minus pf2 modulus is equals to 2a, right? It is clearly visible that we have pf1 and pf2, right? So we will see. Now write the pf1 and pf2. So we have pf1 as root over x minus c square plus y square minus root over x plus c square plus y square equals 2 times of a, correct? Now we have x minus c square plus y square equals 2a plus root over x plus c square plus y square. Now squaring both the sides we have x minus c whole square plus y square equals 4a square plus x plus c square plus y square plus 2ab, right? So we have 2ab 4a times root over x plus c square plus y square. Now let's simplify. We have y square cancel out y square, right? So x square plus c square plus minus 2xc equals 4a square plus x square plus c square plus 2xc times 4a root over x plus c square plus y square, right? Now we have x square cancel out x square, c square cancel out c square. Now let's further simplify. We have minus 2xc equals 4a square plus 4a times root over x plus c square plus y square, right? So we have minus 2 4, so we have minus 4xc equals 4a square plus 4a times x plus c square plus y square. Cancel out 4 from both the sides. We have minus xc plus a square equals a times x plus c square plus y square. Let's square again. So again squaring, we have x plus xc plus a square whole square equals a square times x plus c whole square plus y square, alright? Let's open the brackets. So we have x square c square plus a raised 4 plus 2 times xc a square equals a square times x square plus c square plus 2xc plus y square. Let's simplify here. X square plus c square plus a raised 4 plus 2xc a square equals a square x square plus a square c square plus 2a square xc plus y square a square, right? So what do we have? We have 2xc a square cancel out, and let's rearrange. So we have this with x square and this with x square, so we have x square times c square minus a square plus a raised 4 minus a square c square minus y square a square equals 0. Right, let's simplify further. We have x square times c square minus a square minus y square times a square equals a square times c square minus a square. Right, let's divide the whole equation with a square times c square minus a square. So we have x square times c square minus a square whole divided by a square times c square minus a square minus y square times a square upon a square times c square minus a square equals 1. Right, so we have here a square cancel out a square, c square minus a square cancel out c square minus a square, so we have x square over a square minus y square over c square minus a square equals 1. Now we will use the equation, that is a square plus b square equals c square, or b square equals c square minus a square. So we have x square over a square minus y square over b square equals 1, which is the equation of hyperbola. Right, this is the standard hyperbola. A standard hyperbola like this. Right, this is, and we can have this type also, depending on the transverse axis and conjugate axis distance.